Welcome, dear listener. Thanks for joining me again. So glad to see you. So glad I can share some more fun stuff with you. So today, our ponderings will be upon something very special to me, and you've already heard about them, the runes, the Elder Futhark runes. So today we're going to meet the very first rune, and its name is Fehu. But first, get yourself nice and comfortable. Get yourself a cup of water or tea. Here's my newest cup. Halloween is out in my neighborhood for this year, and so it's brand new. It's kind of a pale pink with some little kitty cat ghosts and bats and moons. So I really like it. Really nice big cup. So this is really kind of fun and kind of gets into the mood for me because Halloween is the best time, as you kind of see behind me. I do have a few things that stay up all year. May have a little sip of this. Nice fresh water. And if you would like to burn some incense, I always burn incense. And one of the first things I did with the runes is I made a tea light for each one so I can burn it. So here is the tea light I did for Fehu. So you can kind of see its shape. It looks kind of like the letter F, and it does have the sound F. Fehu. And Fehu, when I worked with it, it said its color was brown to me because Fehu represents nature and the earth and cattle. So you can kind of think of the brown of the earth, the beautiful earth. And here's a little bit better look at the rune. So here is Fehu. Again, it's just beautiful. They are beings, ancient beings from way before. And the story with the runes is that everyone knows Odin, but he hung for 9 days on the world tree and upside down and looking for something, and he discovered them. And he called into the darkness. He didn't eat or anything. No one helped him. And he called into the darkness. And this is what was shared with him, 24 runes. And so there's 24. And they do match the alphabet. But there are more runes. There's not just 24. There's another pantheon, Northumbrian. This was the Elder Futhark. And for the Norse. And then there's another one that's the Northumbrian Anglo-Saxon. And they too have a Fehu, but they call it Feo. And you can see it's a little different. This one, the lines are pretty much equal and the same. And this one, they get bigger. And so similar, basically the same meaning. There's still some differences, but it was the beginning. I think this one was first, and then this one came hundreds of years later, I would think. But the runes were always there. They were in the great void that the Norse it's called Gap, and that's the blackness where everything is, everything was, and everything comes from. And so when Odin got those runes, he pulled them out. They came out to him to share because Odin is a seeker of knowledge, which is just really lovely because we all are a seeker of knowledge, is really. And so it's fun to find that. And so he pulled these 24. And actually, within the realm of Yggdrasil and the North tradition, there are dwarves and elves, and each of them got some runes too. But I kind of looked, I haven't really seen. I haven't dug too deep because I was kind of into these ones, but it'd be kind of interesting to see what runes they have. And then, like I said, I think I said this once. Yeah, I did about the whale, that we can actually get runes ourselves. So we each can be honored with getting new runes. And like I said, I had about 12 or 13, and I certainly will share those with you. So I like to kind of tell you my journey and how I found the runes. It's kind of fun and interesting, and maybe you'll be interested in them more to dig deeper. And then there's just so much to do with them, so much to play and work and journey and discover. So my beginnings were with the runes about 1990s, sometime in there. I saw them somewhere, don't remember. It's totally, I kind of think, well, where did I see these from? Maybe a movie, maybe see them on TV, when there's Norse stories. So that might be where I saw them, but I'm not certain. But they really like, oh, what are those? And I want to know more about them. But I didn't do too much with them at first. Around the year 2000, I was still doing more art. And so I did start to infiltrate them within my art. And so I have a couple pictures here to show you my beginning pictures. So this is one of the first pictures I did. This is just a print of it. If it's bigger, this is Rune Moon. I don't think I have years on this. Oh, it is, but I can't see it. I think it's about 2001. And so if I go quickly, and there's a tree. There's a tree here with all the runes. And I love a checkerboard and I love stripes. And then on these stones, there's some runes. And I did check to see, and none of these mean anything. I think one of these is CRO, crow, sort of, kind of see. And I thought one was, yeah, RUN, run. I mean, why did back then I put run? Well, maybe it was something I needed. And this one is, here's Fehu. There's Fehu on the beginning of this one, but it's FR, I can't say, FR, looks like I can't, oh, FRSA. FRSA doesn't mean anything. And then two, I was starting to get into the tree, the OM. And on here, I wrote the OM. They have their alphabet and their divination. And this one too doesn't make any sense. So obviously in 2001, I had no idea what these were. But this is a lovely picture that I used to sell in art shows. I still have them available. If anyone wants some, I still have some. And then I also did a picture with my cats. At this time I had these 4 cats. These are a little, and I kind of wrote the runes within here, within their names. And it just was kind of, here's the name on top here too. So just kind of, that was it. That was my first connecting to the runes, which is pretty special. Then after that, kind of tried to learn them, never could learn them. It's really a big journey. And then around 2013 is when I really started, and I took a couple classes with various people. The main fellow from England, his name is Michael Keneally, and he had a class, online class, and I took it, and then it was like, oh gosh. And he too was the one that introduced me to journey work. And of course, that is the center point of my work, because to learn about something, you got to journey to them. You got to go and talk to them. You got to visit them. And so that's what I did. And that's what I've kind of learned over the years for many things. You've all seen my little cheat sheet that I call, and of my information. Actually, I could pull that out right now and just kind of see. So within my connections to the runes, this is kind of the big ones that Fehu means to me. It was the rune of the key, the chalk drawings, those ones like in England that are on the hills, fairies, and the path. Squirrel came up as being part of this, and Fehu also was about shared energy. So a couple more things that I had done. Some art was very big for me with doing it. And so I did some ceramics. I made this beautiful ceramic Fehu, which I have hanging on my wall. And then I was making stones. I love to draw on stones. And so this was really beautiful. This is my connecting to the spirit of Fehu. And this is kind of its spirit shape, and the Fehu going backwards and forwards, and then antlers, just really kind of felt into what the Fehu energy was. So I want to share, let's see if I can do it, because it crashed the first time I tried. Okay, I found it here. Okay, there we go. So here is the worksheet that I have created for all the tradition, all the different layers, all the different bits and bobs that you can kind of connect to Fehu that I found on the internet, from my classes, a little bit from my own personal gnosis, my own connections. And this is what I taught for a few years, the runes too. And so here's just kind of some basic information, how to pronounce it, Fehu. Here's how it's spelled, Fehu. It has many other names, Fa, Fi, and Fio. This is the one for Northumbrian. It has a Norse goddess. Freya is the goddess who works with this, because the runes come in 3 sets of 8. And so for the first 8 are patroned by Freya. She's a Vanir goddess, uh, Vanir goddess, and that's about the physical realm. And then the next 8 are challenges, and that's with Heimdall. And the last one are Odin's 8 runes, and those are spiritual. And so they each have 2 weeks in the year that you can kind of tap into them, and all this beautiful information that you could learn about the chakra, the root chakra, the direction is south and east. Its gemstone is garnet. It has a female polarity. Its spirit animals are cattle, reindeer, more so that's the traditional ones. Astrology is Cancer, Leo, tarot. And then here's kind of the beginning, the traditional. The symbol means domestic cattle. So in the past, this was the wealth, your wealth, here it is, your physical level, your wealth, your possessions, your prosperity, your abundance. So this is how the Vikings had seen it, their description. Then it also has a mind level. So that's your self-worth. This is the wealth you have. This is your self-worth. And the spiritual level is how you handle your wealth in relation to others. So are you generous or selfish? And your spiritual wealth, how deep do you connect? And then there's also, like with tarot, you can have reversed. So if it's reversed, it could be failed ambition, health problems, bad luck. It has magic time. This one works with earth magics and the flow of magic. This is a little reading that you could do with tarot to get questions, because Fehu, of course, is about prosperity. And then these runes, mostly the information that they have is from rune poems. And that's it. There's not, because Norse never wrote much down, and these were pretty much written down by the Christian monks and stuff that were coming in and taking over. And so here are little poems. There was one for Old English, Old Norse, and Icelandic that gave you the information. So for the Norses, money causes strife among kinsmen. The wolf grows up in the woods. So kind of the feel to what this rune might be. And here's Freya. She is a wonderful goddess. She's a powerful goddess of love and beauty and nature, because the gods we always hear about in the movies are the Aesir. They're from Asgard, but she comes from Alfheim, which is the realm of the elves, and she was one of them. And so, no, wait a second, she's Vanaheim. I'm sorry. Alfheim is for the elves. The elves and dwarves is Svartalheim, and she's from Vanaheim. And so Vanaheim is very much the same level as Aesir. They did kind of combine together. So a lot of just little fun tidbits to let you know. Then that was kind of about the Elder Futhark, the Norse version. And then this was then my work flowing into the Anglo-Saxon Northumbrian runes. And this is the one I showed you too, the 2 sides. And then this one, the traditional, is movable wealth versus wealth that is just really, money in your hand and stuff. And then the symbol represented reaching out. And some of this was more my work, tapping into it, because look at this fellow reaching through the realms is really interesting. And then the sea communities, because the Northumbrian was very connected to the currents of the world, more so in the water. And so a herd in the sea, schools of fish, felt very much like this rune. So I wanted to just share a little information, kind of all the gathering I did of what is out there and what you can do. So one thing I wanted to share was another couple things. I've done some songs with the runes, and I'm going to play that for you. First, in my workings, as I had made my candle, my little candle here, I also did an alliteration, and that is a poem that you use the same letter for everything. And so it was with F. And so I did this fun little little ditty here of this little character, and she's gonna speak it for you. So enjoy.
Fehu, 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 fa, 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 flowing into veiled forms in the fog. Each first morrow, familiar yet fresh. Footsteps followed, familiar yet faint. Fehu, Fehu, Fehu.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. There's some, depth. She did a nice little job in her expressing of it. Then the another thing I did do a full song, and so I think I'm going to put that a link in because it's a little long. I think it's about 2 minutes. So I will share you that, and I did images behind it to kind of express what Fehu was to me. And then the next thing I wanted to show you was another video, and this is a deep card that I wanted to express Fehu, all the different elements within it. So I'm going to play that for you right now. So enjoy this. This was in the making of it. So I took it time lapsed as I created it, which took about 3 months to do.
These things that I hold dear, and these things that I want to know, and these things flowing through my hands.
I hope you enjoyed that. Here's a little something fun too, because cattle is a big thing that works with Fehu. I did a little video to kind of see what would come out of the card of the picture, and here's what came out. Okay, so that was kind of fun. It was kind of interesting. It really twisted out there because yeah, cattle is really nice, and working with Fehu. With my students, we went to a special realm. It was on the top of the fjords in Norway. So we would journey here every time. We always start at one place, looking out over the Great Sea, stretching out into the unknown, and down on the beach there were some piers, and over to the side was a little alcove where the village was. And so we would start there and journey to each one of these runes and follow the path and see where we would go. And so, which was really fun. And so Fehu was up the hill, and there was a farm up there with cattle and a big fence. And so we go up there and talk to the cattle and see what they would share with us. And so did many journeys up there to kind of understand, first off, how to talk to a cow, and then to what they would share with us. So very many beautiful things, which then brought into my connections to Fehu. And then also too, I did, as we were working with my oracle card before, of course I did do an oracle card that connected to Fehu, and so that is kind of a big focus within this ponderings too. So much of Fehu is now in this card. So here is the card that was created for Fehu, and it tapped into the Fool's card with tarot. The Fool's card is the beginning. which is, of course, what Fehu is. But what came forward was a black shroud ghost. And so this is what it looked like when I journeyed there to find out with the tarot card. And then there was a big hand behind, um, kind of connecting. And in this, there's a group of peoples. They're called a Jotun. They live in Jotunheim, and they're giants. Thor is one of those. Heimdall is kind of big. Ymir is the first giant, and that is from his body. All of the realm of Yggdrasil was created, and so this one came forward and shared this information with me. The special meaning was do not take the shortcut. So that is really kind of a special message. When this card comes up, don't take a shortcut. You can kind of see here's the rune, here's the Fehu up here and up there too. Other runes that came forward were algaes and calc. So in working with these, this would be the main one. And then these are two that came forward. Algaes is the path. So we're always following the path. But then, of course, like with algaes, you can kind of see you're following your path, and then you're going to go and choose. And this is calc, and this is about the cup. It's a chalice, but it's upside down because it's sharing whatever you have. And a two is a kind of a quest. And this one quest is more kind of going down, maybe into the underworld, while this one's going up. And with Fehu too, Fehu is very much like, two arms. You can kind of see the energy of Fehu. I can show you maybe better on here. The energy, there is energy flow in each one of these runes. So if the energy is coming up within your body, you kind of send it out to share it, and then it comes back to you, and then it comes down. So each rune has a beautiful energy. So if you want to take a meditation and feel into that, you could do that. You know what? Let's do that now. I think that'd be kind of a fun little thing. Let's ponder what that feels like. Okay. I've been kind of sending some, basic information for you guys to get kind of a feel of it. So now let's start playing and pondering on Fehu. Okay. So we're going to do Fehu in our body and see how it feels. Let's just kind of see. You tap into it. You see how Fehu feels to you, because it's sharing. It's getting and sharing and using your wealth well. Okay. So let's just take a little drink. I'm just going to say little drink. If you need a drink, I need a drink. Okay. Let's just kind of settle down here. Have your feet firmly on the ground to be grounded to the earth, and your hands wherever you want. I always love to have the hands on my heart because this is my center. This is your center of you. And then there's below, and then there's above. And this is where, we feel, because feeling and love is the main important thing in this world. To have love for whatever you do, always look to the love within it. Is what you're doing containing love? Are you sharing love? And if you are, that's good. It's all good. It's wonderful. If you're not, then reconsider and change things. Okay, let's close our eyes. Take a deep breath. Kind of let it out. One more deep breath. Maybe one more. And those are really cleansing breaths. To breathe as deep into your belly, and then make a little noise, almost like om, om. And breathe in and breathe out longer. It's very cleansing. So let's kind of tap into the Mother Earth down there beneath our feet. And she is beautiful. She loves us. She always cares for us. She sends us energy. She's always giving us a hug with her gravity to keep us here firmly on this planet. So you can feel her gravity pulling to you. But now we're going to tap into Fehu. And so Fehu is a rune of the earth, of the deep, chocolate, brown, rich, black, all the colors, red earth with nutrients the plants needed to grow, we needed to grow. So feel that earth, that beautiful earth beneath your feet, and kind of wiggle your toes like you're in the earth. You can just feel it, and I can just feel it and feel the warmth. It's a warm earth. And that's Fehu. Fehu is there, the spirit of Fehu, just like the spirit of Mother Earth. So we say, welcome, Fehu. Welcome to share your energy with us. So feel the Fehu energy enter your legs and kind of rise up through your legs and into your body. Up it comes into your root chakra at your tailbone, and then your sacral, which is in your belly, your solar plexus, which is under your ribs, and then up into your heart chakra. And feel its beautiful energy coming up. So, what does it feel like to you? What is it sharing? I'll give you a moment to feel into that and just see what sensation you get. Well, I felt belonging. I am here. I am part of this world. I'm really here. I'm really alive. This is my time. So that was beautiful. Hope you felt something lovely too. Please, with sharing, feel free to share what you learned in the comments. Would love to hear. All right, so here it is within our hearts. And now let's let that energy flow all the way up, because Fehu did have one vertical staff going all the way up. So feel the energy filling the rest of you up through your throat chakra, up through your third eye chakra, and then up into your crown chakra. But it's not going to go up into the universe. It's staying contained here within you. So let that energy then come back down, and those upper realms, because this is the spiritual. This one's connecting to spirit and to the universe. So that energy of Fehu come down and share and swirl within your heart cauldron and twist and feel there. So let it bring that spiritual edge, that little little special feeling you get when you see something magic, like you see a little bird and it's like, oh my gosh, that bird is so cute. Or your cat comes and snuggles by you, and it just gives you the best feeling. That's the beautiful energy that's coming down within our heart. And so now we have a feeling of that energy of love. And now let's kind of share that. So Fehu had the line like your arms going out, and we'll use our arm to send out this energy. So send your bottom one arm out, reaching out, and all that beautiful energy you've collected in your heart, send it out. Send it out to the world. Send it out to a friend who might need it, who might want some beautiful energy, or send it out to the whole world, because the whole world needs it. And that energy is endless. That flow is there. It's there to be shared. Well, send it out. Let it go sending for a little bit. And think of whoever you might like to send it to. Maybe someone's sick and needs a little healing energy. You can send that out to with Fehu. Now reach out with your other hand above it and receive the energy back. So that energy that you sent out now is returned to you, and thank you. They're sending it back. And others may have tapped into it. Maybe the trees want you to hear them, or maybe a bird, or maybe your spirit guide, or maybe an angel. So they're sending beautiful energy back to you. And pull your hands back into your heart. Take a deep breath of contentment and love, and feel it there. And keep it there, and keep your heart strong, and keep your heart safe. And with one more breath, come back into where we are now and open your eyes. And here we are back together again. Well, that was lovely. I hadn't planned that. So thank you, Fehu. Thank you. That was a lovely little sharing that it has shared with us. I like you. And I like to kiss my thing. So thank you, Fehu, for sharing this beautiful little, oh, what is that? Meditation, sharing energy, moving of energy. It can call it whatever you want. There's so many different names for it, but it was a lovely, lovely, lovely thing to do. Let me think, what else should we share here? I think I have one more thing to share. So let's take a break and see what it is. Be right back. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that because I didn't know what it was going to be. So I'm going to be surprised too. I knew there was something else that I wanted to be shared, but I didn't know what it is. So thank you, Fehu, again for sharing. So let's just have a little fun looking at this card one more time. So we kind of had the special message, do not take the shortcut. Okay, so I'm going to always take the right way, shortcuts probably don't end up and you're rushing. And if there's something I hate right now where I am in my life is I don't want to rush. I want to take my time and enjoy every single minute. Every single minute is precious. Oh, on this card there was a companion that came. Oh, do you believe this? The companion is breath. And what do we just do before a breath work? Oh, that was lovely. I love that. So in the back too, there were things that has been shared. Here's our lovely bind rune, where those three runes combined together. They're pretty special. And then you can travel them. We're not going to travel them yet because that once you start, you got to go with it. You don't take a shortcut. So once we hit, and one of these cards is going to say time to take a travel on our bind rune, but it's not quite yet. But you can kind of see the three runes we had. Here's the Fehu, the Northumbrian one. Here's Algis, and here's Calc. And Calc is the Northumbrian, and this was the Northumbrian. So we had two Northumbrian in here. And so the path was that is advice for this was be the spider on the wall. So interesting. Pay attention. Watch what's going on in your life right now. Oh, I think that's what this is. I think we have a little reading going on here. So this is a little advice for all of us to work with at this point in your days, or the few days. So the path was be the spider on the wall. So be there and watch and see what's happening. Be very aware. The shadow aspect at this time is procrastination. Okay, so there's something you need to do. Get cooking on it. Don't procrastinate. Just take that first little step, and then it'll go. You just got to do. Just go do it. Even if you don't know what you're going to do, just do it. There's some healing. Do not hide from yourself. Okay, so if you know there's something wrong you need to deal with, I think it's time to deal with that. Don't hide things from you. Be very honest with yourself. There's some magic. Oh, the magic was our traveling crystal. I hope you guys all get one. I mean, they're just really wonderful because we'll be journeying a little more. And so here's my beautiful abradite. It's just, you can't really see the color. You can kind of see the color there. It's just all swirly, and it's nice to have a big one that's like fits what it fits in the palm of your hand. And it can be any kind of crystal. This is the one that called to me. Traditionally, this is the one that is for traveling, doing spiritual traveling. But if there's one other one, just go for it. Go to a crystal shop and put them in your hand and see if they call to you. Is this the one? Is this the one? And bring it and share it. That's half of this work, this adventure, is to share it, because if you don't have somebody to tell it to, it's okay, it's fine. You can, you have all your spirit guides and everything, but it's sure nice to have people to talk to about it. Then this one here, well, this was interesting. There was a little bind rune of algae up and below, and that actually is what we did. We connected the bottom and below within our healing breath work. And then, fire, water, air, and earth, the four elements shared something with this card. So the fire said to smudge. Smudging is with your incense. So if you have your incense, your stick or whatever, clear around yourself, go around yourself and smudge yourself, find an incense that's really good for you. I have to share you with mine. This is the most wonderful incense in the world. Here it is. It's Diamond by Shoyiado. It just gets me right in that spiritual spot. So, but go and do some sniffing. Go sniff it out and sniff what is a beautiful incense, or it could be a candle too, because a candle kind of has a scent to it. But the smudge has the little flame that goes up to it. So it's really nice to have these. So that's some interesting advice. Water is waterproofed. Looked at a little bit with water. We had the school of fish. So waterproof yourself. There's a pondering. Let's ponder that for a minute. What is here within Fehu? Because Fehu's more earth, and Fehu is the ground. Oh, I wonder. Waterproofed. Because a lot of times, like when I garden and I water, it gets a little soggy. It gets over soggy. And I do have a couple pots that it gets like a swamp in there. It almost seems like you want that water to keep moving. That still is kind of strange, because waterproof means you keep containing it. You're containing the water. So why do we want to contain the water? Because you almost would want the flow of the water. We'll have to ponder that further. That's interesting. I don't quite understand that one. And that's what it's all about. And sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just don't quite get it. But I'll be working with this card again, and it will come when it's time. Maybe it'll come when it's time for me to know. Okay, I feel better about that. Then the air is speak directly, not through others. Okay, don't let others say what you need to say. If you need to say something, you say it. You say how you want to say it. You don't want to force anybody else to speak what you believe, because we all have to watch our beliefs, because sometimes beliefs turn out to be not true. Time keeps moving on, and we learn more things, and then we know better, and we understand more. So that's a beautiful one. with the earth and the growing and the changing. And the last one, the earth, is trees. Yggdrasil, the world tree. Well, we talked about Yggdrasil. So she came up. She's a beautiful tree. Traditionally, she's a big ash tree, huge ash tree. I mean, there's realms upon it, but you can actually have your own personal uh, tree. My tree is actually an eastern pine, one of those pine trees that have the thin needles that just kind of flow in the wind. And I have a friend that hers is, um, oh, oh no, I can't think of it. Oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I guess I'm not supposed to say it. So it's her special tree, both of them. And then that's how you imagine the tree. You see they appear to you that way. Well, I think that's plenty for today. Thanks again for joining me. Oh, I had so much fun spending time with you. Thank you, thank you. All right, you take care. Um, I guess I should do the YouTube thing and say, please subscribe. So I guess then this will go more places. And give me a thumbs up if you had a good time and you liked it. All right, take care. Blessed be. Takfira, and I'll see you in the next one. Blessings.